For Franciscan Beat, I am Matt Walker. In today's news, the 113th Justice of the Supreme Court, world leaders speak on the Syrian chemical attack, burials in Tanta, the Iraq epidemic, Nixon missing, and NBA record broken. All these stories and more on today's Franciscan Beat. Neil Gorsuch has taken the first of two oaths as he prepares to take his place as the 113th Justice of the Supreme Court. The 49-year-old appeals court judge from Colorado is being sworn in after a bruising political fight in the Senate. The first ceremony took place privately in the Justices' conference room, with Chief Justice John Roberts administering the oath required by the Constitution. A public White House ceremony will follow. Foreign ministers from the Group of Seven Nations are gathering for a meeting given urgency by the chemical attack in Syria and the U.S. military response, with participants aiming to pressure Russia to end its support for Bashar Assad. Last week's nerve gas attack in the rebel-held town of Khan Shaykhun, which killed more than 80 people, stirred President Donald Trump to strike for the first time at Assad's forces. President Donald Trump has overstated progress against Islamic State militants, claiming that more has been done in the last 6 weeks than in recent years under the Obama administration. But a review by the Associated Press finds that no major cities have been taken in the past 6 weeks. Last year, Iraq military forces, supported by the U.S.-led coalition, waged successful battles to oust ISIS from Fallujah, Rahmadi, eastern Mosul, and towns along the Tigris River. The priest of St. George Church in the northern Egyptian city of Tanta, where a suicide bomber killed at least 27 people, says he lost his 23-year-old son, who was among 6 deacons killed in the attack. In just seconds, the entire church was filled with smoke, fire, blood, and screams. Father Daniel Mahar told Associated Press over the phone from Tanta on Monday, where he buried his son, Bishoy, late Sunday night. Countless Iraqis, including many children, suffer trauma brought on by years of war, an epidemic that has overwhelmed the country's limited mental health facilities. 6-year-old Mustafar suffers nightmares, cries at the sound of airplanes, and occasionally wets himself, symptoms that worsened last year when an explosion in Mosul killed his cousin and wounded his father before his eyes. In sports, Sergio Garcia has captured the first major championship of his career. He did it with a birdie putt on the first hole of sudden death playoff with Justin Rose at the Masters. Both players shot 9 under 279 in regulation. The Spaniards' victory came nearly 18 years after a runner-up finish to Tiger Woods at the PGA Championship and 22 top 10 finishes in major tournaments without winning. Oklahoma City Thunder guard Russell Westbrook has broken Oscar Robertson's NBA record with his 42nd triple-double of the season. Westbrook had 23 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists by halftime at Denver on Sunday. He got his 10th assist with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left on the fourth quarter. Westbrook fed Samaj Kristen in the right corner for a three-pointer that pulled Oklahoma City to 100-91 and gave Westbrook his record. Lindy Ruff will not be returning as coach of the Dallas Stars. General Manager Jim Nill announced the move on Sunday, a day after the Stars finished with their second fewest points in a full season since moving to Dallas in 1993 to 1994. The Stars went from the Western Conference's top seed last year to missing the playoffs this season. The United States, Mexico, and Canada are going to announce a joint bid for the 2026 World Cup. That's according to a person familiar with the decision. The Confederation made the final decision to go ahead at its meeting Saturday in Aruba. This person, speaking anonymously because of the bid was not to be formally announced until today in Manhattan. Police in Georgia are looking for former Atlas Braves player Otis Nixon, who disappeared over the weekend. In a Facebook post, the West Stock Police Department says Nixon, who's 58, was last seen leaving his home Saturday morning in a gray Ranger Rover. Police say he was on his way to a local golf course, but never arrived. Today in weather, we'll be experiencing an insufferable high of 77 degrees, with a moderate mix of clouds and sun. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a 20% chance of rain and a low of 58 degrees. Tomorrow's warm 67-degree high will be accompanied by an 80% chance of rain and thunderstorms throughout the day. For Franciscan Beat, I am Matt Walker.